Welcome to this presentation of creating an assessment and creating scope and launch from that assessment. Scoping refers to refining what will be assessed by selecting specific objects or instances. Launching refers to fully creating an assessment after completing all the steps required. We'll start the process by going to our nav bar on the left-hand side of the window below the logo and selecting the application and the activity where the Create Assessment action is added. Once you are in the application and the activity where you have access to create your assessment, click on the Action button. This will open the assessment form. From the Create Assessment form, you will need to enter a name for your assessment. You will also need to select at least one dimension field. You can select more than one, however, one is the minimum. Once you have selected your dimension or dimensions, click on the Create Trigger field down at the bottom to display the Assessment Review Form. The Assessment Review Form shows us the name of our assessment as well as the dimension or dimensions that have been added. Click on the Open Assessment Scoping Action button found at the bottom to launch the scoping tool. This will display a list of focus objects which can be added to your assessment. You can refine which objects will be displayed by using one or more of the default filters found on the left-hand side of your screen. You can filter by name. This will filter objects displayed based upon their name property. Simply enter in the name and press Enter. You can also filter based upon assessment type, selecting from the drop-down, and by dimension. You can also filter by description. Providing in a description will filter objects and instances by their description. You could do the same for unique ID, putting in the unique ID in the filter objects and instances solely for those unique IDs. You can filter by the state. This will filter objects and instances by their workflow states, including states from other assessment workflows. And additional filters can be added based upon plain text field, select list, and multi-select list added to the focus object type within the assessment. When entering keywords in a text field, press the Enter on your keyboard to apply the filter. Next, you'll need to add the scope beside an object to add it to your assessment. You'll do this by clicking on the Past Assessments link below an object. When you do this, you'll notice that it opens up the window, and you have the option to click on the Add Scope area to add the instance to the assessment. You can remove any unneeded objects or instances by clicking on the Remove from Scope beside that object or instance. When you have finished adding or removing scope for your particular assessment, click on the green banner at the bottom of the page. This will display the assessment navigation form. You can click on the plus icon in the tree. This will expand the nodes in the tree, displaying any relationships or references to the objects added to your scope. Objects displayed in the tree are again determined by the data definition, which was selected by the administrator. Click the names on the object in the tree, and you can review them in the palette. Depending upon your permissions, you may also be able to edit the content within the form. On the right-hand side, you can deselect the checkboxes next to an object if you wish to remove it from the scope. By default, all objects, as well as the relationships and references, are selected or added to the scope. Deselecting an object in the upper node will automatically deselect objects in the nodes immediately below it. You'll notice as I took the check mark out of this box, it also automatically removed the check mark out of that box. To filter which objects are displayed within your tree, click the plus icon, and then you can select the object type in the Select Object Type to Filter Tree With drop-down menu. If you wish to hide the filter, simply click the minus sign. Click Confirm Scope, and then clicking Yes will launch your assessment.